okay, which I did in Baltimore, Maryland in 2011. We're going through all these old things, and I had forgotten how perfect that one was. So you want to be looking for that. It's going to be entitled Rare Earths Forbidden Cures, just like the book. And it goes into probably about the top 50 health issues in the Western world, including obesity and diabetes and high blood pressure and kidney failure and arthritis and osteoporosis and thyroid problems and dialysis and liver cirrhosis and infertility and prevention of birth defects, all this kind of stuff, irritable bowel syndrome, skin issues, fibromyalgia, lupus, all these things are covered, how to determine them and what to do for them in this new CD coming out, okay, called Rare Earths Forbidden Cures, to go along with the book Rare Earths Forbidden Cures. There's 2 CDs we've been using. One is Exercise Without Supplementation is Suicide. And then, of course, the other one was Dead Athletes Don't Lie. Exercise is supposed to be good for you. Doctors tell you, exercise and just eat well, you get everything you need. Well, professional athletes, there's only been 3 live to be 100. Okay, there's only 3 live to be 100. 1 bowler, a guy who bowled, and 2 baseball players. The average lifespan, the average age at death of professional athletes is 62, except for football players is 51. Okay, and that's because they sweat out all these nutrients, gallons of sweat per game, and you're out there, you know, during the breaks and timeouts and stuff with towels soaking up the gallons of sweat on the basketball court or in the gym or wherever it is, and then they drink water. That would be like just putting water in your radiator of your car instead of antifreeze. Okay, it'd be like putting dirt from Texas and Oklahoma in your car instead of oil. There's bound to be some oil in that dirt. That's kind of the way the medical doctor thinks. Eat well, you get everything you need. No, plants only need 3, and there's no guarantee whether there's 3 or 5 or 8 or 20 or 50 in the food you're eating. So the only way you can guarantee you're going to get what you need is to supplement. So that's where we come from. And it's a matter of issues. You want to prevent stuff, excuse me. So at any rate, what we want to do here is appreciate that even though we spend more money for healthcare in the United States than all the countries in the world combined, we rank 41st in the world when it comes to longevity. There's 40 other countries whose peoples live longer than us and live healthier than us. When it comes, can you hear me now?
Yeah, sorry, Doc.
We still rank 41st in the world when it comes to longevity because we're just not getting the nutrients. So you have to supplement if you want your family to have a long and healthful life. There's no escaping it. All right. So then we also have a book and a CD set called Hell's Kitchen. It goes into obesity and high blood pressure and diabetes. These 3 things occur universally all over the world in people who are short in these nutrients. And they also occur universally in the world in people who are eating gluten, wheat, butter, and oats. In your intestinal lining, you have these finger-like villi. Your intestines, let's say you get killed in a car wreck and they do an autopsy on you when you're 12 years old. And your intestines are the lining of your intestines are going to look like a shag rug. Okay, you're going to have all these finger-like villi there, which really increase your absorptive surface of your intestines by 90%. And over time, drip, 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 over a period of 20, 30, 40, 50 years, you'll lose those villi. And so now your intestinal lining looks like the inside of a garden hose, smooth. Well, after 50, 60, 70 years of eating gluten, those villi are gone. Your intestinal lining won't absorb anything. So you're getting less than 2% of the nutrients you're consuming. You'll get calories. Calories are small and they'll be absorbed, but you won't get the nutrients. That's why people who are over 65 years old, they have high blood pressure. They have diabetes. They have arthritis. They have liver problems. They have thyroid problems. They're on kidney dialysis and so forth. These are called pre-existing conditions, and doctors will tell you, oh, they're autoimmune, they're genetic. That's not true. They're all nutritional deficiency diseases. And the reason why people in that age group with all these pre-existing conditions die from COVID-19 is because they don't absorb enough nutrition for their bone marrow, which is your immune system, to make white blood cells to be the cavalry and the Marines to go and kill and eat the COVID virus. That's why 3-year-olds, when they get the COVID virus, they have a fever for 2 or 3 days and they get minor common cold symptoms for 3 days and it's over with. I don't think one kid 3 years old has died from the COVID virus all over the world. That's because their bone marrow is healthy, and it takes 20 years for them to start getting problems for the most part. They may get problems when they're 5 or 6 years old. They may get some eczema. There's one nutrient deficiency that will cause eczema. And if you have fibromyalgia and eczema, they'll say you have lupus, autoimmune disease. No, it's just a nutritional deficiency disease because you have a gluten issue. And you're eating croutons in your salad. You're having pancakes and waffles for breakfast. You have hamburger buns for lunch. And you're eating spaghetti 3 nights a week at Spaghetti Factory. And you're eating flour tortillas at Taco Bell. You're eating fried chicken, okay, at Pollo Loco. And that's why as you get older, you're losing the lining of your intestines. You can't absorb nutrients. Even if you're supplementing, your bone marrow dies and you can't defend yourself. And that's why older people die of COVID-19. If everybody would get off of gluten and start eating like an Asian and live on rice and sweet potatoes, all this COVID-19 thing would be a nothing. As long as you stay on wheat and don't supplement, you're in trouble, especially as an older person with all these pre-existing conditions, all of which are nutritional deficiencies. And, I've been saying this every day now for 6 months, and a few people kind of trip onto what I'm saying, but most of them listen to their doctor. They put on a mask, which is okay, and they stay 6 feet away. It's okay. And the curve flattens. They start having less cases because they're not transmitting it. Okay, the curve is flattened. Now we can open up. They open up, and then 3 days later, they're spiking and having more deaths than ever before because they haven't changed anything. You have to change something. So when you do get together and you get that virus, it'll be a nothing. But you have to stop eating gluten and take your 90 so your bone marrow can make white blood cells to kill the virus and eat the virus, make antibodies to kill the virus, to make platelets so you don't bleed to death. And so this is something that we all have to do. That's why the pandemics come every 8, 10, 12, 15 years. Whatever virus it is, H1N1, bird flu, swine flu, MERS, SARS, COVID-19, they'll wipe out susceptible populations. And then it takes 5, 6, 8, 10, 12 years for another susceptible population to develop. And then they start dying again. Now you have another pandemic. That's why all this happens. Okay. You have to change the pattern. Otherwise, the pattern won't change. It's just that simple. So with all that said, don't forget Hell's Kitchen. Obesity is caused by nutritional deficiencies. Obesity is caused by nutritional deficiencies. Obesity is caused by nutritional deficiencies, not calorie deficiencies, but nutritional deficiencies. When you're deficient in certain minerals, you will develop a behavior called pica, P-I-C-A, pica. It used to be called cribbing in kids because they would chew on the crib. Horses chew on the stall top rail. It's called cribbing after the kids chewing on the rail in the crib. And grandma used to go out in the backyard with a spoon and eat dirt, and she would eat wood ashes, from the stove and ashes from the fireplace when she had these cravings. But once we went to electricity, those wood ashes weren't available anymore. And so the only way you could get these minerals is to consciously supplement. And people would ask their doctor, shouldn't I supplement? Nah, just eat well, you get everything you need. Well, doctors who say that should be put in jail for reckless endangerment because that is absolutely 1000% incorrect. Okay. It'd be like telling people, you can fly, right? You're a human being, you can fly, jump off the roof and flap your arms. Well, everybody that does that will die. Well, my doctor said Dad could fly, and Dad jumped off the roof and flapped his arms and he died when he hit the ground. Okay, well, you always want to make sure that the doctor is giving you proof of what he's saying. And of course, he's probably just reading stuff that's published in a journal, a medical journal, which is in many cases incorrect information in the medical journal. So that's why we came out with the books, Hell's Kitchen, the CD, Hell's Kitchen, the book, Rare Earths Been Cures, and this new CD coming out. It's actually a 2 CD set, CD1, CD2 in the set for Rare Earths Been Cures. It is the most well-documented CD set I've ever done. It will blow your mind with all the references and things with current research and so forth. And I had a big audience. It had 1,000 people in the audience. And so they're all reacting and laughing in appropriate places and shouting and clapping and applauding other places and everything. So that's called Rare Earths Bin Cures. We'll notify you probably in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It'll be out. We're doing our final editing now and making the cover for the CDs. And so it's kind of exciting. Also, there's 25 different diseases people get when they have osteoporosis of the skull. How many of you ever had a doctor talk to you about osteoporosis of the skull? We talk about osteoporosis in my legs, but in my pelvis and my vertebrae, but not my skull. There's 25 different diseases you can get from osteoporosis of the skull. Everything from ringing in the ears to vertigo, dizziness. You get rapid heart rate, atrial fibrillation. You get what's called gastroparesis, very painful stomach issues. You get hiccups. You get Bell's palsy, the squeezing of the seventh cranial nerve. You get, let's see here, you slowly lose your vision. You don't have cataracts. You don't have glaucoma. You don't have pressure in the eye. You don't have macular degeneration. You don't have any of that stuff, but yet you're slowly losing your vision. You have what's called ONA, optic nerve atrophy. And the skull, when you have osteoporosis, it begins to get thicker. And so it closes the tunnel that second cranial nerve, the optic nerve, goes through and causes a gradual blindness. And the doctor will say, well, you know, you don't have glaucoma, so you don't need drops. You don't have cataracts. You don't need the operation. You don't have macular degeneration, but you're gradually losing your vision here. So you got to keep changing your prescription. I think you may have had a stroke some time ago. Well, no, you have osteoporosis of the skull. They don't even know. Doctors don't even know you can get osteoporosis of the skull and create 25 different diseases. You can get numbness and tingling in your shoulders and neck and arms and wrists and hands. It's kind of like sciatica in your low back and your legs and your hips and your feet and your arms, because your skull, and again, most doctors don't know this, your spinal cord is formed in the brain, comes out of the big hole in the back of the skull called the foramen magnum, which is Latin for big hole. And the spinal cord comes out of there. And so when that skull has osteoporosis, it squeezes the spinal cord, and you get the equivalent of sciatica in your shoulder girdle, in your shoulders, your arms, your wrist. They will say, oh, you got carpal tunnel syndrome, so you got to do surgery on your wrist and you know, cut the nerves so you won't have all this tingling and numbness in your hands. No, you have osteoporosis of the skull squeezing the spinal cord. Okay. And so this is where this comes in. You'll save yourself an enormous amount of unnecessary misery. You'll save yourself an enormous amount of money, and you'll save your family, your church mates, your loved ones. Now, here's the beauty of what's going on now. With all this COVID thing, there's been 44 million Americans laid off because they're closing all these businesses and everything, you know, to social distancing and all that kind of stuff, which is not a solution for the problem, as you've seen over 6 months now. It comes and goes and comes and goes. You shut it down, it stops. You open back up, it comes right back, because they haven't solved the basic underlying problem. No gluten, the 90 essential nutrients. So at any rate, you want to make sure that you're a preferred customer. You get the wholesale prices. If you get on auto ship, I will actually pay for the shipping, so you save a lot of money. If you want to become an associate, okay, which is another word for our salespeople, okay, again, you get the wholesale prices of the products. You get on your auto ship for your regular monthly order. I will pay the shipping for you, but you also generate an income stream. You don't need a store. You don't need an inventory. You don't need employees. Well, I lost my job. 3 months later, I'm out of my apartment. I can't make the payments. I'm living in my car. Well, that's perfect. If you have a cell phone or a computer and can do emails or a cell phone, you take the orders, you forward them to Youngevity. We'll do the shipping for you. And we'll send you a check every month based on the volume you create by fulfilling those orders. Now, you want to build a community. You want to sponsor other people who are going to be salespeople like yourself. I mean, that's why I created Youngevity in its earliest forms 50 years ago. Because, at first I'm seeing 20 patients a day. Well, that wouldn't work. And then I started having meetings. I'm seeing 20 patients a day, plus once a week, I'd see 30, 40, 50 other people come to a meeting in a house or a school auditorium or something. Well, that wasn't working. So I began to train other people, okay, to do what I'm doing. That's when it came out with the books and the CDs and DVDs and so forth, so that everybody gives the same answer to the same question. So I have people who are 9th grade dropouts, who are high school graduates, who are seeing thousands and thousands of patients every month. They're making 5- and 6-figure incomes per month. 5- and 6-figure incomes per month. Okay. And some of them have been with me for 30 years. And if I had to go to a doctor, I would go to them before I would go to a doctor. They have to appreciate. Now, this has been a month ago. Johns Hopkins, very famous, very well-respected medical school in Baltimore, Maryland. They came out with a study and they said the top 10 causes of death in hospitals was the study. This came out just a month ago. The top 10 causes of death in hospitals. Number 3 were medical errors. And they said the number 3 cause of death in hospitals each year in America alone, that's an annual number in America alone, is 250,000 to 440,000 is the range. Doctors kill by simple medical errors, okay, every year in American hospitals. Doesn't count the medical errors outside the hospital. This is just in the hospitals. This is Johns Hopkins, not me. Medical doctors kill 250,000 to 440,000 of their customers in their workplace, and they get a walk. They get a walk. Nobody loses their jobs. Nobody gets demoted from doctor to nurse or doctor to technician. Nobody gets demoted. Nobody loses their job. And they continue to do this over and over and over and over. And, you know, people are screaming, and rightfully so, they're screaming because, you know, policemen kill maybe 3, 5, 8, 10 unarmed people a year with gunfire in their community, 3 or 5 or 8 or 10. What about the 440,000 medical doctors killed in their workplace? Why aren't people screaming about that? Well, insurance paid. Come on. What, you're going to let your loved one die so easily and not be concerned? So this is another reason why you should be getting my 15 books, the quartet of books. Let's Play Doctor, Let's Play Herbal Doctor, Passport to Aromatherapy. It's all in your head. The book Rare Earths Bin Cures and the new CD is a 2 CD set coming out in a month. Oh, you are going to foam at the mouth when you hear this stuff. Okay. And don't forget Hell's Kitchen and the book and the CD for obesity, high blood pressure, and diabetes. Okay. All right. Let's see, I'm just looking at my time here. I figured my introduction is enough here. Do we have anybody with questions? Any callers?
Dr. Wallach, we have so many hands and so many messages just waiting to talk to you. And I want to say, for one, just adding the nutrients with Hell's Kitchen and what you put in there, my first 3 months on your products, I lost 20 pounds. So I know that is a fact. So let's go to the first person here with their hand raised. And we have, and I'm going to go ahead and when we get to your name, I'm going to send you a request to unmute. If you'll unmute yourself, then you can ask your question. Deborah Erickson, you are on live with Dr. Wallach.
Hi, Dr. Wallach. Thank you for doing this. I'm a Coast Insider, so I know all about you. I'll get right to my situation. I'm 56 years old. I'm 169 pounds. I'm 5'3", perimenopausal. I don't have any diseases. I don't take any medications other than over-the-counter sinus stuff. I had a DEXA scan done in December. The lumbar spine T-score was negative 3.0. The femoral neck T-score was negative 1.5. They're telling me that I have osteoporosis of the tailbone, and there's no explanation as to why I have it. I went to the endocrinologist. We did all kinds of testing. Everything came back negative. There were some nodes on my thyroid. We tested that. That was also benign. My other issues, I mean, basically I want to know what to do about this, but I have seasonal allergies. I've had eczema since I was a baby. So I was allergic to cats, dogs, wool. I know I'm gluten intolerant and
okay, now let's stop there. Okay, let's stop there. Okay, you need to get a hold, if you don't already have them, I would get a hold of that quartet of books, Let's Play Doctor, Let's Play Herbal Doctor, Passport to Aromatherapy. It's all in your head. I would also get a hold of that book, Hell's Kitchen, and the CD, Hell's Kitchen. wouldn't hurt to get a hold of that book, Rare Earths Been Cures, and the new CD set, Rare Earths Been Cures, and learn how to do a hair analysis, see if you're absorbing. Because the history of having eczema and skin problems as a kid said you had severe advanced gluten problems as a child. And even if you're supplementing, the reason why you have osteoporosis is because you can't absorb efficiently because your intestines are damaged. Those little villi are gone, okay? And so at 160 something pounds, 165, you need to lose about your height and age and so forth. I would want you to lose maybe 30, 40 pounds. And so I would have you take one, maybe two, it's up to you, one or two of the keto caramel meals of your 3 meals a day. And don't have to be the same meals every day. You can rotate them around. Don't use the shake and the bar at the same meal, either or. And then I would also have you get rid of all the gluten out of your life. No wheat, no barley, rye, or oats. You have to live like an Asian, eat rice and bake sweet potatoes and steamed vegetables. You can have some eggs with soft yolks. You can have fish and poultry and red meat, but small amounts. I mean, you only want 250 calories for your 3rd meal. The other 2 meals, will be the keto caramel meals. And once you get down to 130 pounds or 125 pounds, something like that, then you can go to 1 keto caramel meal per month. So you can maintain it with that, as opposed to staying on 2. And I want you to add to the 90 essential nutrients, the MSM, because your bone matrix requires MSM to rebuild the bone matrix and rebuild the bone. So I want you to take 1 bottle a month of the MSM, so you can take 3 of those twice a day, or 2 or 3 times a day for a total of 6. I want you to get 2 bottles a month of the vitamin D3, so you can take 3 of those twice a day. You need 2 servings of collagen a day, okay? 2 servings of collagen a day. And it could be the Glucogel, which is collagen from beef. If you like capsules, you could get 2 bottles a month, take 5 of those twice a day. If you like the liquid, you get 2 quarts a month, take 1 ounce twice a day. We also have what we call collagen peptides, which are collagen from fish and poultry and sheep and beef. So I take collagen from both the Glucogel and the collagen peptides. I'm kind of hedging my bet here and taking them from all over the place. And you will be amazed at how well you're going to do, okay? And you don't have any diabetes or high blood pressure?
No, I have none of that. It does run in my family. And my concern is rebuilding the bone.
It's not genetic. It's not genetic. And so it runs in your family. If you live all in the same county, that may be important, but it's not important from the standpoint of autoimmune. Diabetes and high blood pressure are not autoimmune. They're simple nutritional deficiencies. They are not genetic. They're simple nutritional deficiencies. And the reason why doctors call them genetic and autoimmune is because they never want to embarrass themselves by saying, I don't know, we'll have to look it up. So they blame it on you. Oh, you have bad genes in your family. You have, it's generational. Oh, it's in your genes. That way they take the pressure off themselves. So at any rate, give us a call or come on with a testimony, say every couple of weeks, because we're going to be doing these Zooms now on a regular basis. So, every couple of weeks, give us a call and give us a testimony. You'll help a lot of people with your story.
Absolutely.
Okay. God bless.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's go to another visitor.
Yes, so the next person with their hand up is Joan Thomas. Joan Thomas, you are on live with Dr. Wallach.
Hello, Joan.
She is unmuting. One moment.
Okay.
Okay, there.
There we go.
We hear you.
Hi. I don't have any other issues, but
are you in Florida, California, Hawaii?
No, I'm in Georgia. That's a virtual background.
Oh, okay.
But it looks like it is. I'm very familiar with you and I use your products. So when I can afford them, I don't have any other issues except glaucoma. But the one I want to ask about is about 4 years ago, the doctor told me that I needed to go on levothyroxine. And I did not have my thyroid was not low enough to, I think, justify going on the medicine.
Okay. Okay, I don't know where she went. Hello?
Looks like she's freezing up just a little bit. One moment.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, well, I think I'm just going to answer.
Joan, go ahead.
What did he hear anything?
No, he went away. I did hear the levothyroxine stuff, okay? Yeah,
Okay.
That's thyroid for people out there. We do have a wonderful thyroid product, okay? It's called Ocean's Gold. How much do you weigh?
I'm in the process of losing. I weigh 160.
I don't care how much you weigh now.
160. I'm 5'3".
Okay, 5'3". I'd like to see you weigh 115, 120. So you need to lose about 40 pounds.
Yes.
And that's where you want to get a hold of that book and the CD, Hell's Kitchen, and get a hold of the keto caramel meals and do 1 or 2 of your meals a day, a keto caramel meal. You'll lose a half pound to 2 pounds a day. But I want you to take 3 of those Ocean's Gold along with your 90 essential nutrients, 3 twice a day. It'll be 2 bottles a month of the Ocean's Gold. It's actually made from about a dozen different sea vegetables and plants and kelp and algae and all kinds of stuff. And we take all the sea minerals out of those plants. So they're organically bound sea minerals as opposed to just salt, sea salt, okay? And so I want you to take 3 of those twice a day. And then also, I want you to get rid of cruciferous vegetables which interfere with thyroid. No cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, and kale, all of which are your favorites. I can tell by your face. Okay, those are your favorites. So you got to give those up. And, you can have carrots and radishes and celery and beans and things like that. But you got to stay away from the cruciferous vegetables. All righty? Bell peppers are fine, and squash and cucumbers, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, well, thank you, dear. Give us a contact every couple of weeks. Let us know what your weight is and how your thyroid is doing. In fact, the book, Let's Play Doctor, will tell you how to monitor your own thyroid so you don't have to keep going to the doctor for the test. It'll cost you $1.50 every time you do the test yourself. And you could do it almost every day at that rate, right? So keep in contact, dear.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right, Dr. Wallach, we have Nolan, a 69-year-old male. He's 6 foot tall, weighing in at 175 pounds. He says he's in great health, but has urinary incontinence. What can he do?
Okay, urinary incontinence, a doctor will say, oh, you got a prostate problem. Almost always, and he's 70 years old, you say?
Yes, 69, 70.
Yeah, okay, 69, 70 years old. Yeah. Okay, well, this can be caused by a low back problem because the sciatic nerve that controls the bladder, okay, every time you bend over, it'll get squished and, I got to run to the bathroom. Or you'll pee in the bed at night when you're asleep and that kind of stuff because you roll over and the vertebrae pinch those nerves. And so almost always when you have this type of thing, it's kind of a manifestation of sciatica, which causes numbness and pain and discomfort and tingling and all that kind of stuff in your hips and your legs and so forth. But there's an internal branch of those sciatic nerves that control the bladder, and that's usually what's going on there.
All right, awesome.
So they need to throw in the MSM and the collagen to their 90 and rebuild the disc between the vertebrae, push the vertebrae apart, take the pressure off the sciatic nerves, and it goes away.
All right, next we have Don P. Don P, go ahead and unmute yourself. You are on live with Dr. Wallach.
Hi, I have my knees pop, my joints hurt, especially my finger, and I have ringing in the ears.
Okay.
Excuse me.
How old are you?
I'm 62. I weigh 153 and I'm 5'7.5".
Okay. And you started to say something else when I interrupted, didn't you?
Yes, sir. I have high blood pressure and cholesterol, but it's kept by medicine,
Okay. Are you on statin drugs?
Yes.
Okay. You need to get off of them immediately. They cause Alzheimer's disease. Statin drugs will lower your cholesterol. Cholesterol does not cause plugged arteries. Cholesterol does not cause heart disease. Cholesterol makes up 95% of the weight of female hormones and male hormones. Cholesterol makes up 75% of your brain weight. It's the white matter in your brain. And Alzheimer's disease as a specific disease did not exist. There are all kinds of dementias and memory problems, but Alzheimer's disease didn't exist until they came out with statin drugs to lower cholesterol because they wanted to do all these stents and coronary artery bypasses and heart transplants and all that kind of stuff because you had plaque in your arteries. That was because people are using salad dressings and cooking oils and fried foods and stuff like that is the problem. But statin drugs cause Alzheimer's disease. All right. And this new CD coming out, Rare Earths Bin Cures, that's one of the things we cover in great detail. We have all this research from all these medical schools all over the world backing me up 10 years after I said it. Okay. So you want to be sure to throw in MSM as your body weight. I get 1 bottle of MSM per month. You can take 3 of those twice a day in addition to your 90. Would also take the, let's see here, Ultimate Daily Classic, 2 bottles a month of those. You can take 3 twice a day. It'll support healthy blood flow through blocked arteries and the brain and the heart and the kidneys and so forth, and also support healthy blood pressure. And I think let's go there.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome.
Before we move to the next caller, I just want to take a moment to say to everybody who's in who's watching, if you have an existing Youngevity distributor, please make every effort to purchase from them. That's how we scratch each other's backs and keep this whole thing going. If you don't, please take a moment and visit Askdoclive.com. You can make a purchase there, and you'll be part of our team, and we'd love to have you with us.
Yeah, thank you, John T. Yeah, they'll get the wholesale prices, and if they get on auto ship, I'll pay the shipping.
Awesome, awesome. All right, Kathleen, you are live with Dr. Wallach.
Hi, thank you so much for taking our calls here. I'm really appreciating learning all of this.
Okay.
I have 2 questions, actually. One, I know you've talked a lot about oils and not using oils. Do you mean not cooking with oils or not using any oils at all?
Not using any oils at all. No salad dressings. Don't rub them on your skin. Okay.
I put grapeseed oil, not cooked, but on over my salad, grapeseed and balsamic vinegar. Is that a no-no now?
That's a no-no.
Okay. All right.
Okay. We do have the omega-3s, and we do have from seeds and omega-3s from fish oils, and they're extracted from their sources in a nitrogen atmosphere instead of an oxygen atmosphere. They're packaged in soft gel capsules in a nitrogen atmosphere. The bottles are filled with nitrogen before they're sealed, so they're safe.
Oh, okay. Very
okay.
good.
Now, then people say, well, you have an aromatherapy oil division. Okay. You tell everybody to use your aromatherapy oils. What about that? Huh? Well, aromatherapy oils are not oils. They were called oils by mistake thousands of years ago because they're slippery like oils.
Mm-hmm.
They only have 2 carbons. They're only 2 carbons long. They don't have any double bonds, so they don't oxidize and turn into the bad things. Okay, whereas oils like olive oil and coconut oil and MCT oils and soy oil and grapeseed oil, all those kind of things, they're 18 to 35 carbons long. They have many double bonds in there which oxidize and turn into the bad stuff.
Okay.
So aromatherapy oils are not really oils. They are esters, and you can look them up chemically. They don't oxidize. So the aromatherapy oils are quite safe. They're a totally different animal. Okay, it's kind of like saying, is a dogfish a dog?
I see.
Okay.
All right. So I have my girlfriend has, she's 5 foot tall. She weighs about 104, I think. She's 64 years old, and she has had her gallbladder removed, but she's having high blood sugar issues. And the doctor wanted to put her on diabetes medication, but she's not overweight. And I was wondering what I could suggest for her, especially with the gallbladder having been removed.
Sure. And how much does she weigh, you think?
About 104.
Okay, so she's small, 104.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, she's one that needs to get a hold of the book and the CD, Hell's Kitchen, so she understands the diabetes piece.
Okay.
Okay. And she can also get the quartet of books, Let's Play Doctor, Let's Play Herbal Doctor, Passport Aromatherapy, and it's all in your head, because the book, Let's Play Doctor, goes into how to do your own blood test on a regular basis. Stick your finger, or you can use a urine test strip and see if you got sugar in your urine and so forth.
Okay.
But blood sugar issues are a deficiency of 2 nutrients. It could be a deficiency of one of them, or one or the other, or both. Okay, so there's 3 possibilities there. So at 104 pounds, you say she weighs 104 pounds?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'd have her get one healthy brain and heart pack per month, one healthy brain and heart pack per month. Cut it in half. She can have half a dose of everything at breakfast and dinner. And then I want her also to get the, let's see here, the sweeties. I want her to get 2 bottles of sweeties so she could take 2 of those twice a day. And then she can use her own test strips for her blood or her urine, and she can monitor what's going on there. You know, we take people who are brittle diabetics for 30 years, and in 30 days, their doctor throws up his hands and says, I don't know why, but you're not a diabetic anymore. Okay, because we do this thousands of times a month all over the world. So diabetes is very easy. It's a very simple nutritional deficiency disease, and doctors just want to put you on medication because then he's got you on a harness, and he's going to milk you and your insurance company like a Holstein cow.
Yeah, right.
Okay. And so you want to do it yourself because it's a simple nutritional deficiency disease. It's not genetic, not autoimmune. And that's why we came out with the book and the CD, Hell's Kitchen. Okay.
So does the sweeties just curb cravings, or are there nutrients in there for additional?
Oh, no, these have the secret nutrients in there that are missing when you have diabetes. No. We don't just treat symptoms. No.
Okay, very good.
Good question.
Thank you very much.
God bless.
Awesome. So we have a message here from JZ. JZ is 65 years old, 5'4" and 138 pounds. JZ is gluten-free already, no fried foods, and is on the Healthy Bone and Joint Pack to repair discs and joints. JZ is sensitive to sulfa in the MSM and gets hives and would like to know what she can use to replace it.
Okay, she could use the, well, we actually have a product called Pro Joint FX. She could try that. It has various things in there. It has a very, very small amount, maybe 10% of the amount of MSM in an MSM tablet. So she could try that as Pro Joint FX. We also have the Glucogel and the Collagen Peptides, okay, which are the raw materials to make bone matrix so you can make more bone.
Perfect. All right, so next we have a caller with area code 805. 805, you are on live with Dr. Wallach.
Good morning, Dr. Wallach. I'm 5'5", 165, 70 years. I'm calling about bruising and wanting to lose inches and low thyroid.
Okay, I apologize. How much do you weigh?
165.
Okay, and so you have a low thyroid issue, and I apologize. There's a lot of noise here.
Bruising.
Bruising. Oh, okay. Do you have any ringing in your ears? Any tinnitus? Any of that tone? You know the.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Do you ever have any vertigo or dizziness?
Rarely.
Okay. What about things like, let's see here. Oh, hiccups. Do you ever have any hiccups?
Almost never.
Okay, but you do have the tinnitus.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. And you're 64 years old?
70.
70, okay, yeah. We have osteoporosis of the skull, squeezing the auditory branch of the 8th cranial nerve. Okay, that's what causes that tinnitus. Do you have any tingling or numbness in your hands, anything like that?
Almost never.
Okay, very good. So what I want you to do then is take 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month. 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month because you weigh
165.
165, yeah. So I want you to have 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month. I want you to get the, you could go with the MSM or the Pro Joint FX, take 2 doses a day of either one of those. And because we got to rebuild your skull, take the pressure off. And here's where you might want to get a hold of this book. It's all in your head because when you get that tinnitus, that ringing in the ears, you can get Bell's palsy, you can get trigeminal neuralgia. You can get, did you ever get a fast heart rate or AFib, or regular heart rate, that kind of stuff?
Almost never.
Okay, good. All right. So let's go there, but it's essential that you stay away from all the gluten. I mean, everybody in your family, dog, cat, bird, fish, spouse, partner, roommate, that kind of stuff. Everybody's got to be drop dead gluten-free, so there's no cross-contamination in the laundry, the bed, the food preparation surfaces, the rugs, and so forth. Okay.
And for the bruising?
Okay, well, the bruising, thank you for bringing that up again. The bruising means you have low blood platelets. Low blood platelets. And that's because your bone marrow is dying because it can't get enough nutrition. Okay, and when you don't get enough nutrition to your bone marrow, the ability to make platelets goes away. And so this is why you see so many old people with bruising and that kind of stuff, because their bone marrow is full of scar tissue. It used to be called, let's see here, I'm trying to remember the guy's name. It'll come to me in a minute. It was named after a guy, okay, and from 300 years ago. And he would do autopsies on people that died, and the bone marrows were just full of fat, didn't have any tissue in them. And so when I would see that, I realized, and he was saying that it was due to genetics. It's not genetics, it's due to, and if the whole family has the same problem, okay, it's due to everybody eating the same way, not a genetic thing, is not an autoimmune thing, but you're not getting enough nutrition absorbed through your intestines, which are damaged by the gluten. All the villi are gone, right? And so there's not enough nutrition going to the bone marrow. And so the bone marrow is dying, and it's just nothing but scar tissue and fat. And so it's called Wallach's fibrous dysplasia. Wallach, named after me, Wallach's fibrous dysplasia, because I didn't want people to go for 1,000 years thinking that it was a genetic thing. It's a simple nutritional deficiency caused by gluten killing off the villi in your small intestine. So you get rid of the gluten, and you really build up your bones with the collagen, the MSM, the healthy brain and heart packs. Your bone marrow will recover very quickly, usually within 60 to 90 days. And suddenly now all the bruising goes away because your bone marrow is able to make platelets again.
And one last thing, anything for the low thyroid?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, the slow thyroid, and no cruciferous vegetables, no cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, or kale, because they interfere with thyroid. And then we have what we call Ocean's Gold. It's minerals that are extracted out of sea plants, algae and kelp and sea grasses and that sort of stuff. And so your body weight, I'd go ahead and take 3 of those twice a day. Okay, 2 bottles a month of the Ocean's Gold.
Awesome, thanks.
Okay, you bet.
Dr. Wallach, I have a quick question in regards to thyroid. So for those who have any thyroid conditions, whether it's low or high, do you recommend avoiding the cruciferous vegetables?
Yes, avoid cruciferous vegetables and take the Osteo FX. Also take the Ocean's Gold. Okay, whether you have low or high, you want the Ocean's Gold. And the thyroid recovers very quickly when you give it the raw materials. It has a great recovery rate. And so you can look for that. Don't let them radiate your thyroid. Don't let them surgically remove it unless it has by biopsy diagnosed with cancer. That's a different story. But other than that, you don't want to be taking pieces off your thyroid and stuff like that. Okay.
And you can find all of the products that that Doc is mentioning here at Askdoclive.com. We really would appreciate you going there to help support us and help keep this going. Thank you very much.
Okay, now we only have a moment till the top of the hour here, and we got time for one more. Okay, and then are we going to come back for a second hour, or are we done?
Sir. Another hour.
Okay, so let's do one more, and then we can take a break for 10 minutes here.
All right, so we have a message. Dave is 200 pounds, 6 feet tall, 76 years old. He has a large hematoma in his lower leg from an injury 6 months ago. There is still swelling in the leg and numbness around the wounded area. What is suggested for this condition?
Okay, well, 70-something years of age. He's got trauma. That blood clot, if you will, a giant blood clot, hasn't gone away. It may still be soft, right, as opposed to hard. He may not be making enough platelets. The odds are he's got osteoporosis, so he needs to get rid of all the bad stuff. No fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, wheat, bread, rye, oats, and sugar. And then at his body weight, I'd have him take 2 of those healthy brain and heart packs per month. 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month. I'd have him go ahead and take 2 of those per month. Full dose of breakfast, full dose of dinner time. I also want him to get 2 bottles a month of the MSM, so he can take 3 with each meal, 3 at breakfast, 3 at lunch, 3 at dinner time, to help rebuild his bones. And I also want him to take vitamin D3, 3 of those twice a day. That's 2 bottles a month to help absorb calcium and other minerals and put them in the right places. I would also throw in the, he didn't say anything about diabetes.
No, didn't mention anything about diabetes or blood pressure.
Okay, good. Okay, well, let's just go with that. Okay, let's just go with that. And, you know, have him contact us every couple of weeks. He can, as soon as we get off the air here, he can go in through his cabinet and get all his gluten out of his house, put it in a box and put a nice, beautiful bow on it and give it to his doctor with love. Give all the gluten to the doctor. Okay. And, okay, now what do you want me to do? Do you want me to just put this on mute and then go wash my hands here? Or do you want me to shut it off and come back on?
Yeah, so we're going to be offline for about 10 minutes. So come back 5 minutes after the hour. Please remain muted and we will see you in 10. And we, Jonty, we are honored to be able to host talk like this. I think this is incredible.
It's a real pleasure to be able to help people out in this way. Doc is such an amazing resource. I think I have a history with him going back to around about 2012, when I think we first met. I drove him around Santa Cruz once when he visited. He's an incredibly astute person and a real fun person to have a conversation with as well. We're just waiting for him to log back in, keeping our eye here for Doc to make his reappearance. I did just get off the phone with him. He should be with us shortly here.
So, Jonty, I have a great question here. Are these calls going to be recorded and posted anywhere?
Yes, you'll find these on YouTube, Facebook, and then also on Askdoclive.com. If you're signed up for the list, then we'll send you a copy of the recordings of these calls after the call. Rebecca, I'm just going to check in with Doc again. I feel like
Alrighty.
Okay.
So Nancy, if for everybody that's on this call, if you want to just put your first name, last initial, and that will be sufficient. We do, for security reasons, we do want to be able to see your name. So if you jump on and you just have iPhone or iPad or Galaxy showing, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to let you in because of past experiences. And we want to keep everybody who comes to these meetings, we want to keep their information safe and secure. And, you know, just do a little bit of security here. I hate that we have to do that, but that's just the way it is. So again, make sure you have at least your first name and last initial. Okay, so there's a couple questions that I can go ahead and answer. So what does Doc Wallach think about olive oil for cooking? Absolutely not. So olive oil is one oil that goes rancid the fastest. And when you put that rancid oil in your body, it's like putting toxins in your body. So butter, lard, ghee, you know, stay as close to nature as possible. And when should sweeties be taken? So Dr. Wallach normally recommends that sweeties be taken one first thing in the morning and then one with each meal per 100 pounds. So if you are 200 pounds with a blood sugar issue, that would be 2 first thing in the morning and 2 with each meal. And again, please get with the person or the email that invited you to this call if you would like to get additional information about our products or our business opportunity. It is amazing, I'm telling you. Just love it. We want to make sure that however you heard about this call, gets the credit for it. So somebody cared enough to invite you here, get back with them. And for those who are interested in ordering any of Dr. Wallach's books, you can go to Drj Wallach, that's WALLACH.com. That's drjwallach.com, and you will find all of his publications there, books and CDs and DVDs. So we have a question about butter. Does it ever go rancid if left sitting out? Butter, like all dairy, can definitely get sour and go rancid. So I use butter so often I don't have to worry about it. I mean, we go through a couple cubes a day, but yes, you definitely want to take care of butter. You don't want to eat it if it gets stays out too long and spoils. So keep it refrigerated or keep it cool. Curbing a sweet tooth. So the majority of the time, the reason why we have a sweet tooth is because we are missing minerals. So making sure that you're getting a couple doses of minerals every day. We have a couple ways to do that. The best way is to start with the 90 essential nutrients. You've got your 60 minerals, 12 amino acids, 16 vitamins, and then 2 to 3 different omegas. With your omega-3, 6, and 9, you do need a balance. So there's always somebody that says you don't need one or the other, but you do need a balance. And then adding the extra minerals is very helpful. And that can be done either through the plant-derived minerals, which is a liquid, unflavored, or we have strawberry kiwi mints or cherry mints. And then for those of you who prefer capsules, we also have a capsule called Mineral Caps that provides extra minerals for the diet. So a healthy substitute for not using oils on salad. I take a full fat sour cream. I'll put some garlic in it and some blue cheese. I mean, it doesn't satisfy those who like the oil and vinegar type salad dressings, but that is one way to make your own salad dressing. You can always use, a lot of people just do apple cider vinegar. You want to make sure that you are using raw with the mother included. And then, yes, thank you, Linda. So Youngevity has a great line of spices and vinegars in our Savor line, and that is spelled S-A-V-E-U-R, Savor. So for those who are allergic to corn, no, I don't believe that there is corn, any type of corn derivative in the Beyond Tangy Tangerine liquids or powders. I know for a fact there is
Rebecca,
not.
Joel's, sorry to interrupt, Joel's back on with us, so we got to get him back in the room here.
All right, Dr. Wallach, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Okay,
all right, you are live, Dr. Wallach. Welcome back.
Okay, thank you. Okay, sorry about that. So what do we do now?
All right, so the first person that we're going to be addressing, we have Mike, who is here that would like to ask you a question.
Okay, go for it, Mike.
Hi, Dr. Joel Wallach.
Yes, sir.
My weight is 230. My height is 5'11". I'm 42 years old. My health concern is I have annular elastolytic giant cell granuloma, otherwise known as actinic granuloma, aggravated by the sun.
Okay, now actinic granuloma, is it behind your left ear? Is it in your left eyeball? Is it in your throat? I mean, what are we talking about here? Is it covering your whole body?
It is arms below my sleeve line down, both sides, my neck above the collar on both sides.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now when you were a kid, did you have asthma or eczema?
No.
Okay, do you have any bowel problems? Constipation, diarrhea, appendicitis, irritable bowel syndrome, diverticulitis, anything like that?
No.
Okay. Do you have any respiratory stuff now? COPD, asthma, bronchitis?
No, sir.
Okay. Do you have any ringing in your ears, any tone, kind of like a noise?
I used to play drums, so I get it every once in a while, but usually only when I've been drinking.
Okay, but it does come and go.
I believe so. Yeah, slightly, very slightly.
Okay. Okay. Any gastrointestinal stuff at all? Any bloating, belching, gas, bowel gas?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, this sounds like a very.
I'll take that back. When I was a kid, I used to have a lot of gas.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This sounds like a variation on psoriasis, eczema. They're giving it all kinds of fancy pathology names, but I would get off of gluten, no wheat, butter, rye, oats. Everybody you live with, dog, cat, bird, fish, spouse, partner, roommate, renter, mom and dad, brothers and sisters, everybody's got to be drop dead gluten free. No wheat, no barley, rye, oats. You need to live like an Asian. Rice, sweet potatoes, vegetables, that kind of stuff. You can have fish, you can have poultry, you can have red meat, but nothing fried. All right. And then I would, at your body weight, which is 170, did you say?
230.
230. Okay. 230. I would go ahead and take 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month, 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month, a full dose, everything twice a day. I'd also get 2 bottles of our MSM. So you can take 3 of those with each meal, 3 at breakfast, 3 at lunch, 3 at dinner time. That's going to help rebuild connective tissue, including your skin, ligaments, tendons, disc between the vertebrae, that kind of stuff. And so no thyroid problems, no diabetes, no high blood pressure.
No.
Okay. All right. And so I would also throw in some collagen. I'd want you to have 2 or 3 servings of collagen a day. You could get 2 bottles of capsules of the Glucogel, which is beef collagen. And go ahead and take 5 of those 3 times a day. It'll help rebuild the skin. Do you have any varicose veins, white hair, anything like that?
No.
Okay, good. Okay, but then, give us a call every couple of weeks. Get back on the Zoom with us every couple of weeks and give us a report. But this is very common stuff. And usually the doctors will say, oh, you got an autoimmune thing. This could be the beginnings of something like, any of the things like fibromyalgia, that kind of stuff, but it's not. Okay.
Right. And for the collagen, I do take the Glucogel. Would you also recommend the collagen peptides?
Yeah, I do. I take both. I take the Glucogel and collagen peptides, and I take the MSM also.
Any concerns with me doing tretinoin topical cream for my dermatologist?
No.
Okay.
No problem.
Great.
Yeah, it'll probably
So
stop
tell me to reduce my vitamin A consumption.
Well, no, just don't even listen to that one.
Okay.
That's like saying you're out of breath, stop using oxygen. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, you're very welcome, sir. Okay, who's next?
Awesome. So we have a message here. We have a female who is 44 years old, 5'6". I think this is correct. 502 pounds. Health issues is needing to lose weight, psoriasis, the beginning of thinning hair, swelling in legs, and gallbladder has been removed.
Okay. She's 5'3" or 4.
5'6".
5'6", weighs 500 pounds. Okay. I get a lot of 500, 600 pound people. Okay. It's not unusual. Remember, this is why we did the book and the CD, Hell's Kitchen. You need to recommend to her that she get the book and the CD, Hell's Kitchen. I want her to get 3 healthy brain and heart packs per month. 3 healthy brain and heart packs per month. I want her to have a dose at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Okay, the healthy start packs. Healthy brain and heart packs. 3 of the healthy brain and heart packs, so she can have a full dose of breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I also want her to get the 2 servings a day of the keto caramel, either the shake or the bar, or it could be 1 bar, 1 shake kind of thing. But 2 meals a day have to be a keto caramel meal. And then none of the bad stuff, no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, bran, rye, oats. And she will lose 1/2 pound to 2 pounds a day. And she needs to get a hold of that book in the CD, Hell's Kitchen. And this will walk her through it, and she'll see why she's got to get off of gluten. She can absorb calories, but she cannot absorb nutrients. Okay.
All right. Awesome. Thank you so much, Dr. Wallach.
Okay, now let's see here. I cannot see myself and I cannot see you. I can just hear your voice. Can you see me?
So you need to turn on your video. I'm going to ask to have your video turned back on. It got turned back off somehow. Did you see that request to turn video on, Doc?
No.
Let me send it one more time. There you are.
There we go.
All right.
Okay, there you are. Okay, now we're cool. There we go.
Right. We're
I
back.
got 2 of me. Well,
Yep.
yeah, I got me and my double back. I've got 2 of me on here, none of you.
Oh, well, I spotlighted your video. Do you not want to be spotlighted?
Well, I don't mind me being in the upper and you down, you know, or vice versa. I like to say, there you go. That's good. This is a good combination. Thank you.
You are very, very welcome. Next, we have Jennifer. Jennifer, you go ahead and unmute yourself, and you are on live with Dr. Wallach.
Okay. Hi, Doc Wallach.
Hi.
I am 138 pounds, 5'4", and I'm 65 years old. I have no gallbladder. I have fibromyalgia, a history of allergies, and I'm on Armour thyroid. I'm already gluten-free and don't eat any fried foods. I have several things, a chronic sinus infection on the right side only, and I feel like I'm not absorbing everything that I'm taking. I'm already on all of your protocol, but I feel like I'm not absorbing it. So
Okay, now stop for a minute. Do you live in a household with somebody else, or do you live alone?
with someone else.
Do you cook for them?
Not very often.
Do they cook for themselves?
Yes.
Okay, and do they eat gluten?
Yes, they do.
Then you're not gluten-free. You're getting cross-contaminated in the washer and dryer, the food preparation surfaces, the couches, the beds, the car, every place. So you're not gluten-free. That's why you're not absorbing. You have a gluten issue here.
Okay.
And so either they have to cooperate or you need to separate, because this will kill you 25 years earlier.
Okay.
You'll lose 25 years of your life if you don't get off of gluten.
Okay.
You cannot work in a restaurant. You cannot work in a bakery. Okay. You don't work in a bakery, do you?
No,
Okay.
no, I don't. I'm a teacher.
Okay, good. Then you got to check the dog food and cat food, make sure there's no oats and things like that in the food for the dogs and cats also.
Okay. All right. So the chronic sinus infection.
Okay.
Only on the right side.
Yeah. Do you have ringing in that ear on that side?
No.
Okay. Do you ever have vertigo? You ever have any balance problems?
No.
Okay. Well, I would just throw in a bottle of MSM, 1 bottle of MSM to your protocol. Take 6 of those a day, either 2 with each meal or 3 twice a day. And what happens is when you have kind of pressure and stuff like that from the sinus, the opening from the sinus into your nasal passages gets plugged by the scar tissue in the bone. And so you're still producing all that mucus in that sinus, but it can't get out. And that's what the problem is. It's not an allergy. You have osteoporosis of the skull. And you're 50.
Can I take something other than the MSM, because I can't take that?
Okay. Pro Joint FX. It's capsules. You can try that. Take 2 of those twice a day. Pro Joint FX. Take some vitamin D3. Take 3 of those twice a day. I don't care if you live in Florida or California or the islands. Everybody puts on sun blocker and long sleeves and gets in the shade. They don't spend 4 hours naked in the sun. So.
Okay. And how many milligrams is that 3 vitamin D?
It'd be 3 twice a day. Okay. Whatever it is, I don't know how many milligrams. It's not milligrams. It would be units, international units.
Okay. And then what do I do about a trigger finger?
Okay, well, trigger finger is something, is kind of like sciatica of your shoulders and your neck. Okay, and so the tendons are shortening to that trigger finger. All right, and you can do a little bit of physical therapy. You know, don't do it hard, but you can do a little bit of extension of that finger. But you need that sulfur. You need more collagen and everything else. You're showing a deficiency of that in your finger as well as in that sinus in your skull.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
You bet.
All right, next we have a message. 41-year-old male, 176 pounds, 6'1", has sinus and congestion issues. He takes the Mighty 90, the Tangy Tangerine, and well, the Mighty 90, you know what those are. And the question is, what can he do to help clear up the congestion or sinus issues?
Okay, well, again, this could be osteoporosis of the skull causing all this. And I would add the MSM, 3 of those twice a day. That'd be 1 big bottle a month of the MSM. So he can kind of rebuild the skull and open up all those passages so they'll drain. But also, I would also have him take vitamin D3, 3 of those twice a day. That's 2 bottles a month. And I'd have him take 2 servings a day of collagen. It could be 1 of the Glucogel and 1 of collagen peptides, or it could be 2 collagen peptides or 2 Glucogel, whichever, but 2 servings of the collagen. So, you know, kind of rebuild the skull and all the other bones and disc and connective tissue and so forth.
All right, wonderful.
If he wants something, if he wants something anti-inflammatory, you know, we've got that whole division of aromatherapy oils, and he could, you know, take some of those aromatherapy oils and just kind of sniff them 2 or 3 times a day, and that'll shrink any swollen membranes. I like the eucalyptus myself. Okay.
If I may just quickly, for those of you out there who do not already have an existing Youngevity distributor, please give a visit to askdoclive.com. You'll find all of the products that we're talking about here there. We'd love to have you with us. You can be part of our team. Also, you know, I discovered something with the collagen peptides that's I find quite enjoyable. If I put 1 scoop of that and 1 scoop of the Youngevity's hot chocolate in a glass with a pinch of turmeric, it's this creamy, rich. The collagen peptides gives it this lovely texture. It's this wonderful hot chocolate drink that at the same time is supporting and promoting all manner of good health. It's something that I'll double down on if I have something like a back injury or something like that. Something I'd highly recommend giving a try.
Okay, thank you for the testimony.
Yeah, and for those of you who are doing a keto diet, the Youngevity's keto hot chocolate is absolutely amazing with the collagen, and I use cinnamon. So next we have Marilyn with her hand up. Marilyn, go ahead and unmute yourself. You are live with Dr. Wallach.
Hi, Dr. Wallach.
Hi. How can we help you?
Well, my husband takes a lot of drugs from the VA, and I would like to know if there's some natural alternatives to Eliquis, to Aborostat, Losartan, Metformin, Glipizide, Lasix, and hydrochlorothiazide.
Okay, you rattled off 5 or 8 different pharmaceuticals. I got the Metformin, so I know he has diabetes. What else has he got?
Eliquis for blood clots, brain hemorrhage, congestive heart failure. What's the other thing?
Okay, and he weighs 100.
Mainly blood clot.
Okay, and he weighs 100.
270. 6'2".
6'2". Okay. Yeah, if he's 6'2" and weighs 270, he could lose 50 pounds. Okay. And if he gets off all the bad stuff, he'll do that. You know, just no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils of any kind, no gluten, no wheat, barley, rye, and oats.
We're vegan now.
Well, you can eat a lot of grain when you're a vegan. no wheat, barley, rye, or oats. You have to live like an Asian. You can have sweet potatoes, you can have rice and millet and buckwheat, but no wheat, barley, rye, or oats. If he likes beer, it's got to be Japanese or Chinese beer made from rice. It cannot be European or American beers. Okay. Wine tends to be good because it's made from grapes and berries, right?
I'm sorry, I was in the kitchen where the internet's not so good. Is sourdough okay?
No, sourdough is wheat.
Oh, so they say it didn't have gluten though, is that? So that's not true.
Well, if it's made from oats, there are no such things as gluten-free oats. That's crapola, okay?
Oh, okay. So that was the only bread we had.
Okay, well,
But-
you have to have rice and sweet potatoes and buckwheat and that kind of stuff, but he cannot have wheat, barley, rye, or oats.
He went off Eliquis for a few days and ended up with blood clots in his lungs.
Yeah.
So they put him back on the Eliquis. Is there an alternative to that blood thinner? Like something more natural?
Yes, I'm going to get there. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So at 270 pounds, I want him to have 2 of the Healthy Brain and Heart packs per month because I want him to lose 50 pounds. Okay. He can have 1 meal a day or 2 meals a day of the keto caramel diet. Okay. Either the bar or the shake. And then the third meal, since you're a vegan, it's not a big problem. He can have, a tablespoon of rice, a tablespoon of sweet potato, a tablespoon of steamed vegetables like carrots and celery and bell peppers and squash and cucumbers and that kind of stuff. And then I want him to have de-stress capsules for the congestive heart failure. I want him to have 3 of those twice a day. That's 2 bottles a month. Congestive heart failure is a deficiency of a single vitamin. Okay. The diabetes, I want him to get 3 bottles a month of the Sweeties capsules. So he could take 3 of those 3 times a day, 3 at breakfast, 3 at lunch, 3 at dinner time. Check his fasting blood sugar. And as the blood sugar drops, he can reduce his medication based on the numbers. Don't cold turkey off that. And because he has a history of blood clots, I'd have him take the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets. Ultimate Daily Classic tablets. He can have 3 of those 3 times a day. That's 3 bottles a month. That'll support healthy blood flow through blocked arteries. It will support healthy blood pressure. And so I just want you to contact us every couple of weeks. You're welcome to call every Friday if you want and give us a kind of status report, if you will. And we'll walk you guys through this.
Oh, anything for Agent Orange?
We do have a detoxifying product called Herbal Rainforest. It has 12 detoxifying herbs and 78 minerals in it. It's a liquid, tastes very good. He could take an ounce of that twice a day, be 2 quarts a month. Take an ounce at breakfast, ounce at dinner time. Also, he may want to get a hold of that book, Rare Earths Forbidden Cures. Go to chapter 11, learn how to do a hair analysis if he's interested in toxicity. And it will tell him if he's absorbing nutrients. It'll tell him what nutrients are low. And also, in addition to dealing with the essential nutrients, minerals, the hair analysis will also show him if he has any lead or mercury or uranium or excess amounts of arsenic and that kind of stuff. So that'll be a very, very useful test for him. You'll save a lot of money by doing it yourself. Just get that book. It'll be a tax deductible item if you become an associate with Youngevity. And then okay, it'll be very, very easy because it'll tell you, it goes through all these toxic substances, including the toxic metals and uranium and stuff like that. And so it's worth the effort, okay? Rare Earths Forbidden Cures tells you how to do it. Okay,
they said he was like a very high kidney disease, and they wanted him to go off the Lasix and the hydrochlorothiazide, but it was keeping him from having the edema. Is there an alternative for that?
Yeah, the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets will do that. Okay, the ones that are going to support healthy blood pressure and healthy blood flow through the blocked arteries, including it'll improve his kidney functions enormously.
Oh, great. And I can get all of that from your website?
Yeah, you go to this website that John T keeps putting out.
If you have an existing Youngevity distributor, please contact them. I think you said you're already on some of the products. If so, then please contact your existing distributor and they'll help you out with everything. If you don't have an existing relationship with anybody, then please go to askdoclive.com.
Askdoclive.com. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you as well. Good luck.
Stay well. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, let's go to another one.
All right, Dr. Wallach. So we have a lady on here. Her brother is 45 years old, weighs 180 pounds, and became blind 5 years ago. She heard you on Coast to Coast and on how you were able to reverse blindness using nutrition, and would like to hear that one more time.
Okay, well, there's many types of nutritional deficiency blindnesses. Okay. One is ONA, optic nerve atrophy, which is caused by osteoporosis of the skull, squeezing the second cranial nerve, the optic nerve. And then there's also issues about squeezing the blood vessels, okay, of the eye. And so he weighs 180 pounds. I'd have him get rid of all the bad stuff, no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens. 2 of the healthy brain and heart packs per month, 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month, a full dose, everything twice a day. I'd also have him take the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets. He could take 3 of those twice a day. That's 2 bottles a month. And then I would have him take the MSM, 3 of those twice a day. That's 1 bottle a month to help rebuild the skull. And I would also take our Occutive, 2 bottles a month. They come 30 in a bottle. I'll go ahead and take 1 of those twice a day. That's 2 bottles a month of Occutive. OCUTIV, and let's start there.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And again, if you want to get any of Dr. Wallach's publications, go to drjwallach.com. Next, we have Kathleen. Kathleen, go ahead and unmute yourself. You are on live with Dr. Wallach.
Hi, it's me again. I was wondering if you could give us a little bit of an explanation about where the supplements come from, because you talk about how the minerals in the soil sometimes only have, a few nutrients.
Okay, well, our basic source of minerals, we get 78 minerals from an ancient plant deposit where an ocean dried up. And these minerals come from ocean plants. It's not like salt from, like we do have in our spice division, a pink Himalayan salt, which is, dried sea salt from the Himalayan mountains when the oceans were there. But ours comes from, it's a plant-derived mineral, okay, comes from sea plants from ancient times, millions of years ago. I actually have a scientific paper circulating around to various journals. One of them will pick it and it'll be published and you'll learn more about that. But if you go to the book, Rare Earths of Incures, it goes through the history, where we got all these minerals from. Our minerals do not come from a store where they're selling Tums for calcium and things like that.
Okay.
Now, I can't give you the location, although we do, I think twice a year, give a tour out there for our distributors. We do take a couple of bus loads of distributors out so they can actually see this place. There's probably 3 places on Earth that have these types of minerals. And so we do get them from all over the place, from these 3 places. Our water also is Icelandic water. Is from the Icelandic Iceland glaciers grinding up the rocks there. The people in Iceland live 6 to 8 years longer than we do because they're getting all these minerals from those glaciers grinding up the rocks. So we decided, instead of just drinking tap water or drinking distilled water and that kind of stuff, we put a lock on a source of this Icelandic water, which I put all my powder in to make my drinks. This is my second drink of the day here. I had a big one for breakfast and this is my second one, but you'll see these come in cases, of course, all our Icelandic water. It has all the minerals in it from the Icelandic glaciers. Very unique. Nobody else has access to them.
Ooh. Interesting. Thank you.
And we also have a sports drink called Rebound that has 100 nutrients in it, 78 minerals and 22 vitamins and amino acids. And it's called Rebound. Most sports drinks, like Gatorade and Red Bull and stuff like that, they're really energy drinks. They're primarily sugar and caffeine. They might have 2 nutrients in them. Ours is the only one with 100. And it was actually developed for Theo Ratliff, a professional basketball player that was in trouble with his joints. Long story, but the short version of it is we built the Rebound for him. And of course, he was sharing it with all his other buddies and everybody liked it. So we decided to make it a commercial product. So our Rebound is the only sports drink on the market that has 100 nutrients in it, including that nutrient that's missing when athletes die from a sudden heart attack. I've done 1,700 autopsies on kids that have died of that sudden heart death, hypertrophic cardiomyopathy heart disease, also in China known as Keyshan disease. And I did 1,700 autopsies of these kids under the age of 10 that had died suddenly of that heart attack. So I'm the world's experts it's actually published in English in the Journal of Trace Element Research in 1990. So you can look it up and see that I'm not lying to you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I want to add is our majority of our products are IFOS tested, and that is testing that is done by a third party for in making sure there's no impurities in there and making sure that what's on the label is actually in the canister of what you are purchasing.
Thank you. That's quite true.
Excellent.
All right, Dr. Wallach, we have a lady who is 153 pounds, 5'7.5", 62 years old, knees are popping, finger joints ache, ears are ringing, neck creaks, high blood pressure, and high cholesterol. Okay, well, the high cholesterol is good. The cholesterol should be 350 to 500. It should be all good cholesterol, no bad cholesterol. Do not get on statin drugs. Eat 3 eggs twice a day with soft yolks. You want cholesterol. Cholesterol is good. It makes hormones, makes your brain, prevents Alzheimer's disease, and so on. But she said she weighed like what, 153 pounds. 153 pounds, okay. I'd have her take 2 of the Healthy Brain and Heart packs per month. 2 Healthy Brain and Heart packs per month, a full dose of everything twice a day. I want her also to get the MSM, 1 bottle a month of the MSM, so she could have 3 of those twice a day, because she's got osteoporosis of the skull, osteoporosis and degenerative disc disease and cartilage problems and so forth in all her joints. So I want her to have 3 of the MSM tablets twice a day, or 2 3 times a day, for a total of 6 a day, either way. I also want her to have collagen. I want her to have 3 servings of collagen a day. It could be 2 servings of the Glucogel, okay, which is from beef collagen, capsules, are liquids. And then, of course, we have the collagen peptides, which is a mix of collagen from fish, poultry, sheep, and beef. I take both. I take 2 servings a day of the beef collagen, the Glucogel, and I take 1 serving a day of the collagen peptides. I take vitamin D3, 3 of those twice a day. I take 3 of the MSM tablets 3 times a day. And let's see here, she needs to do the same thing. Did she have high blood pressure or diabetes? High blood pressure, yes. Okay, then I want her to have 2 bottles a month of the Ultimate Daily Classic tablet. She could take 3 twice a day. And that will support healthy blood pressure and healthy blood flow through blocked arteries. And she stays away from all the bad stuff, the fried foods, the processed meats, the oils and the glutens and the sugar. The arteries will heal themselves, and she won't need bypass surgery and won't need stents and all that, you know, getting on kidney dialysis and all that kind of stuff. Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much. And I just want to make a little disclaimer here. You'll notice that Dr. Wallach is not saying that the products will cure you, but when you give your body the raw products that it needs, the body is able to do some miraculous things. So, yeah, very well put. Of course, the good Lord gave us all the stem cells. Everybody's heard of stem cells for every tissue, whether it's liver or kidneys or heart or pancreas or bones and muscles and brain and eyes and heart. There's stem cell in lungs. There's stem cells for everything. But those stem cells require the raw materials. It'd be like saying, well, I put dirt from Texas into my car. I don't need to put oil in there. There's bound to be some oil in that dirt from Texas. That's like a doctor saying, oh, don't take any vitamins, or just eat. Well, you get everything you need. Well, that doctor should be put in jail for reckless endangerment. You cannot get everything you need from your food. You must supplement so that your stem cells get what they need to maintain and rebuild themselves. Absolutely. All right, next we have Kevin on iPhone. Kevin, go ahead and unmute yourself. You are on live with Dr. Wallach.
Hi, Doc.
Hi.
It's a pleasure talking to you. I listened to you on Coast to Coast for it seems like forever now.
It's great, isn't he?
I'm calling and listening to the program because I have a couple of things I'd like to correct. I've recently become a distributor, and
congratulations! Come to the family.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'd like I've been diagnosed with diabetes. I have also been diagnosed and know I have erectile dysfunction.
Mm-hmm.
I'm experiencing, as you can see, thinning of the hair and graying.
Okay.
Extreme graying all over.
Do you have any varicose veins in your legs?
None that I can see, no.
Okay, do you have any ringing in your ears, any tone, like a noise?
No.
Okay, how much do you weigh, sir?
About 173.
Okay, how old are you, Kevin?
65.
Okay, all right. So I want you to take 2 Healthy Brain and Heart packs per month, a full dose of everything twice a day. I want you to take 3 of the MSM twice a day. That'll be 1 bottle a month. That'll help support and promote maintenance repair of cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, disc between the vertebrae, bone makes your bone itself, okay?
All right.
And then you said you had diabetes, did you?
Yes.
Okay. I want you to get 2 bottles a month of our sweeties. So you could take 3 of those twice a day. And if you're on medication for that diabetes, you take your blood sugar every day. And then as your blood sugar begins to drop, you can slowly, based on the numbers, reduce your medication. Don't cold turkey off the medication. All right?
Yeah. Genumet. I got Genumet.
Then we have a product called Hair, Skin, and Nails. Okay, and so you want to take 3 of those twice a day, hair, skin, and nails. That'll help you regrow hair. The MSM will help with your skin health also, so that'll help with the hair issue. Your hair color should come back. You take those 2 Healthy Brain and Heart packs because there's a bottle of selenium with each of those Healthy Brain and Heart packs. And our selenium, we put a half a dozen cofactors along with that selenium to get maximum benefit of the selenium. But one of those cofactors, if you're deficient in that cofactor, you're going to get gray hair, varicose veins. You get a life-threatening aneurysm that could rupture and cause bleeding in your brain, or you could just blow an aorta and die instantly, kind of thing. So you really want to jump on that as quickly as possible, because the gray hair is like the red warning light on the dashboard of your car. Okay, something serious could happen down the line if you don't do something about it. All right.
All right.
Okay, your weight seems to be good for your height. You look pretty good. Now, for the gentlemanly thing, okay, for the ED, I also want you to eat 3 eggs twice a day with a soft yolk, soft boiled, soft yolk, soft poached, soft yolk, soft scrambled in butter. You cannot have soft scrambled eggs outside the home because in restaurants they will put wheat flour in them to thicken them up, so you can't do that. I also want you to take 2 bottles a month of what we call Xera Test. Take 3 of those tablets twice a day.
Well, how do you spell that, sir?
XERA -TEST, like for testosterone.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Xera Test. Take 3 of those twice a day. That's 2 bottles a month, and that'll give the testicles what they need, the Sertoli cells and the testicles to make testosterone. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Then give us a call every couple of every couple of weeks. So we're going to be on every Friday for a while, and as long as we're getting good calls like yourself and everything. But don't forget, since you have diabetes, you don't have a weight problem. But I would get a hold of that book and the tape. The CD. To old days. The CDs. Hell's Kitchen. They're tax deductible if you're a distributor. The cost of those books and the CDs are tax deductible because they're a tool for you, a reference guide for your business. So they become tax deductible. But that you need to start collecting, 1 or 2 of those every month or so until you get the full collection, and that will help you with your business. Okay.
All right. Thank you very much, Doctor.
Thank you.
All right, Dr. Wallach. So Angie's father just had his 3rd stroke 3 days ago. He's in the hospital now.
Blood clot or bleeding?
She does not say, but she wants to know what diet and supplements he should be
Okay, well,
taking
quickly,
to help?
he's got to be able to absorb nutrition, so he's got to get rid of all the bad foods. Everybody in the household, and dog and cat and bird and fish and spouse and renter and kids and grandkids and brothers and sisters, everybody's got to be drop dead, gluten-free, no wheat, brown, rye, and oats, no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no sugars. And then at his body weight, I'd have him take 2 of the Healthy Brain and Heart packs per month, 2 Healthy Brain and Heart packs per month. I'd also have him take the MSM, get 2 bottles of the MSM, so he could take 3 times a day, because he may have Wallach's fibrous dysplasia of his bone marrow, and he's not making platelets. If it's a bleeding type of stroke, he's not making platelets, and so he's going to have all these bleeds all the time, which one could wind up to be fatal. Okay, and so he needs to have healthy bone marrow and healthy artery walls and so forth, so he doesn't get an aneurysm. And then I would also have him take 3 of the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets twice a day. That'll be 2 bottles a month of the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets to support healthy blood pressure and healthy blood flow through blocked arteries. And if he does have, I'm sure he's got a blood test, I want to know the results. I want to know, is he anemic? Does he have low platelet levels and low white blood cells or anything? That gives me some information I need before we go any further, okay?
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Wallach.
Okay,
And
now let's see here. I'm just looking at the time here. We got time for one quick one, because I want to take the last 2 or 3 minutes myself.
all right, we have Angie that is joining us today. Angie, go ahead and unmute yourself. You are on live with Dr. Wallach. And as she's unmuting herself, for those of you who want a list of these good and bad foods, visit Askdoclive.com and you will find this list there as well. Go ahead. Oh, it's Amy. Go ahead, Amy.
Hi, good morning.
Hi.
My name is Amy G. My weight is 190. My height is 5'8", and I'm 50 years old. And my concern is I'm overweight, and I suffer a little bit from anxiety and depression.
Okay. Well, why don't you just get rid of all the bad foods? You've heard me say it many times today. No fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, rye, and oats, no sugar. And then you weigh 180, right? And what do you want to get down? What you want to get down to what?
160.
Okay. So I want you to take, again, 2 Healthy Brain and Heart packs from twice a day. Get 1 bottle of the MSM, so you can take 3 of those twice a day. That'll help you with your skeletal system and so forth. It'll also reduce your cravings for food and hunger and so forth. Do you have diabetes or high blood pressure?
No.
No. Okay, good. All right. Then for digestive issues, do you have any gas or bloating or any bowel problem, constipation, diarrhea?
No.
Any ringing in your ears?
No.
Tone? No. Okay, good. All right. And so then I want you to get the keto caramel shake and the keto caramel meal bar. You want 2 of your 3 meals a day to be a keto meal. All right. And you'll lose a half a pound to 2 pounds a day. So in 2 months, certainly you'll be down to where you want to be. Okay. And then when you get to where you want to be, you could cut it instead of 2 meals a day, a keto meal. You can cut it down to 1 meal a day, a keto meal for maintenance. Okay. But you want to stay with all those 90 essential nutrients as we've just suggested. And then give us a call. And if you're interested in, becoming an associate or distributor, we're going to sell you this stuff at Wholesale. If you get on auto ship for your monthly order, I will pay the shipping, so you'll save a lot of money. And if you decide to do this as a business, any book you buy or CD you buy or anything like that becomes a tax deductible tool for your business. And your Youngevity business is a willable asset. You can will it to your church, your family, your friends, brothers and sisters, your spouse, whoever you want to do. And so there's many, many good things to be associated with us in addition to getting healthy. So God bless. Let's hear from you on a regular basis. Okay.
Thank you.
God bless. Okay. Okay. I'm assuming we have a minute or so here left. I'm going to go ahead and take it.
Wrap us
up. Okay. And remind everybody, we are looking to continue to build our community. And if you want to be part of our community, we've been giving out the websites and the phone numbers and stuff all morning here. And so go ahead and do that. And don't forget, I do free radio, toll free, 2 hours a day, Monday through Friday, noon to 2 Pacific time. We do that. And then every Friday, we're going to do 2 hours here, Pacific time, 8 to 10 with the George Norrie family. We're just really, really proud of that. And I'm on with George Norrie like once every 6 weeks, and Ben Fuchs is on once every 6 weeks. So we have a good relationship with George, and just a phenomenal, phenomenal guy. People just love him. And so we're looking to expand our family. Be with us, and may the force be with you. Thank you so much. God bless you all. Bye-bye.
Thanks so much,
Thank
Dr.
you,
Wallach.
Dr. Wallach.
Really do appreciate it.
Okay, bye-bye. I appreciate you guys. You did a great job. Thank you.
And to everybody who's still with us, thanks so much for being with us today. We're really glad that we're able to bring this incredible resource to you all, and this amazing human being. Doc is in a category by himself when it comes to helping other people out. So we're going to do our best to keep that going. And we hope that you can join us next time. Please recommend to any friends and family to go to Askdoclive.com. They could sign up for the list there to get an early invite to our next edition, which should be next Friday at 8 a.m. Hope to see you there. Thanks so much again, Rebecca. Really appreciate your help too.
My pleasure. Thank you everyone for joining us.